I'd like to start our time together by prompting you toward a greater appreciation for the mundane things all about us, the things that we typically take for granted, the everyday mundane actions that you and almost everyone you know take in buying and selling, exchanging with others, is really a part of a sophisticated and complex nexus of actions that could never have been designed, but that emerged from simple, mutually beneficial transactions repeated over and over and over again until we no longer notice them and we take them for granted. I repeat, the everyday, mundane actions that you and almost everyone you know take in buying and selling, exchanging with others, is really a part of a sophisticated and complex nexus of actions that could never have been designed, but that emerged from simple, mutually beneficial transactions repeated over and over and over again until we no longer notice them and we take them for granted. Economist Paul Hine said, "When we have long taken something for granted, it's hard to even see what it is that we've grown accustomed to. That's why we rarely notice the existence of order in our society and cannot recognize the processes of social coordination upon which we depend every day. What is familiar to you now was once very surprising. If you want a new surprise, you can meet the person sitting next to you. Your neighbor is a unique individual, infinite in wonder." We take so much for granted at every moment of our lives, and the functioning of the market economy all about us, that each is also a part of, we also take for granted. We fail to see the wonder of the market all about us because usually it's functioning so smoothly that we don't notice it. Like the water running in your shower, you take it for granted until it stops working. But how much do you really know about how the water gets to your shower head? How much do you know about the manufacture of the pipes and fittings that get the water there? How much do you know about the pumps and motors in those pumps, about the design of gas and electric water heaters, the distribution of gas and electricity, and the treatment and filtering of water? For example, did you know that we use more water through our light switches and electrical outlets than our faucets and shower heads? Because so much water is needed to cool power plants that are out of sight and out of mind. We also use more energy to heat, treat, and pump our water than we use for lighting. Well, who cares about plumbing and electricity? The men and women who design, engineer, manufacture, install, and maintain those systems see in them untold varieties and marvels. The things that we take for granted only get noticed by the rest of us when they are not working. The more you learn about a subject, the more you discover new, unknown subtopics. A lot of the time that we spend learning, we're not only finding out new things that we didn't know, but we're also finding out new things that we didn't know that we didn't know. An advanced society economizes on knowledge. Each of us only knows a tiny part of all of the knowledge available in the world, and because we specialize in knowledge, we can get away with not knowing most things. This is wonderful. However, it should also make each of us humble and grateful for the others around us who have different knowledge, such that together we can enjoy a bountiful quality of life. The more learned a person is, the more likely they will feel comfortable answering a hard question by saying, "I don't know." Economics is no different. The study of economics is concerned with the interaction of human beings in exchange relationships. Economics is the study of the interaction among human beings in exchange relationships. How many exchanges do each of us enter into on a daily basis? Consider, every conversation is also a kind of an exchange. We share our thoughts, our ideas, our compliments, our complaints, our prayers, our rebukes, disapproval, and praise, each time with another person who responds with some communication of her own. Without the exchange of language, most other forms of exchange would be impossible. Without exchange, It's difficult to cooperate, difficult to take advantage of varieties of talents and abilities, and it's impossible to reconcile differences. Adam Smith said that what makes us human is that we exchange. He said, nobody ever saw a dog make a fair and deliberate exchange of one bone for another with another dog. Nobody ever saw one animal by its gestures and natural cries signify to another, this is mine, that's yours. I'm willing to give this to get that. But man has almost constant occasion for the help of his brethren, and it is in vain for him to expect it from their benevolence only. He will be more likely to prevail if he can interest their self-love in his favor and show them that it is for their own advantage for him to do what he requires of them. Moreover, whoever offers to another a bargain of any kind proposes to do this: give me that which I want, and you shall have this which you want. That's the meaning of every such offer, and it is in this manner that we obtain from one another the greater part of the things that we need. One of the earliest words used to describe economics is catalactics. That's a Greek word that connotes reconciliation, the making of friends, and exchange. I want to impress upon you the marvel of markets. I want to help you discover the mystery of the mundane in markets. Of course, not everyone thinks economics is useful. Many will try to disparage the disciplined study of economics. A lot of times we've heard economics described as hard, boring, dry, irrelevant, or too abstract. I hope to challenge those descriptions in this course.